What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff. We're hanging out in my backyard today in Queen Creek. You can see I'm hanging out with my brother, who's the cameraman. He's also a real estate agent out here in Phoenix, and we decided to go live and do a Q&A because we get a lot of questions, and we get most of the people who are coming from out of state. They're newbies to Arizona. They want to know some questions, so we're giving them an opportunity to ask. My brother and myself, he's a real estate agent. He knows about that stuff. And then, he's also been living here a long time. He was a Marine, so he was gone for what, how many years?
About 13.
Okay. And you did some recruiting here, though.
I did. I was out in Chandler as a recruiter for about 2 years.
So, either way, we were both born and raised here, and we know the area, and we're back. So, if you guys are out there, go ahead and hit the like button, smash up the likes, get the likes. That helps get the video out to the community, lets more people know, and then also start asking some questions. But basically in this video, we're going to talk about the summer, some of the things that are going on that I've noticed here recently about living in Arizona. But you can see right here, we just put some shade up on the pergola. Go ahead and show them. But got lights up here at nighttime, but the shade really helps out. They say it's 90% UV blocker. And if you come this way, we'll show you some of the other stuff that we've done. Wildflowers that we got here, even in the summer, are still growing. Like, you just walk around. This is a plumeria right here. But look at this wildflower, all these down here. We have basil. Like I said, this is a Q&A. We're gonna answer some questions. Looks like some of it we'll see. I mean, it's so hot right now. It's like 102 degrees. So even with the water, they're still looking like they're wilting a little bit. But these are wildflowers, mostly spring flowers, still here alive in June. It is what, June 5th?
6th.
My dog likes eating Bermuda grass. Look at these grapes. Anyone asking any questions yet?
Nothing yet. They asked talk a little bit louder.
Oh, they said talk louder?
Yeah.
Okay, check these grapes out. Hear me really? Let's go back over here then. So, yeah, if you're thinking about moving out here, one of the things that I've noticed lately is there's so many new people moving out here, and the supply and demand for service jobs or homes or anything is really out of whack. So I'm finding that even to go get a haircut can take a little bit longer because there's so many people who are new out here and there's not enough people trying to cut hair. That's just one example. But we're also seeing that in the construction industry. And yeah, it's weird how the supply is, the demand's so high, but the supply is not there. Anyways, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take the camera and I'm gonna ask Matt some questions about the housing market. And we're waiting on people to still come on here. Like I said, if you're new to this video, smash up the likes. That'll help get it out there and get more people involved. But let's go ahead and change camera and ask Matt some questions.
Hey, how's it going? Like you said, I'm Matt Crooks, realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. My office is actually in Scottsdale, but I live in Gilbert. It's kind of weird. So Southeast Valley is kind of where I like to work. I just saw a question in there about the best place to raise your family. Right now, I'd honestly say that probably somewhere in the Southeast Valley, the Chandler, Gilbert, Queen Creek area are probably going to be the best places with the nicest schools, some of the best restaurants. It's easy to access to kind of the airport. Almost anywhere in Phoenix you can get to.
Oh, we got a question. Mega Giants 89. How much money would you say that an out-of-stater moving to Arizona should save up for moving to AZ? So how much should they have? How much should they save if they're moving from out of state to AZ? Obviously, that depends on what state you're moving from, but for the most part, I mean, let's just where are you moving in? Where are you moving from, Mega Giants? That would be a question. But let's just say you're moving from Chicago.
I mean, if you're selling a house there, you're probably going to have the equity to have enough money to come and move out here. Depends on where you want to live, but our home prices are not that high yet in certain areas. If you're in Scottsdale, you're going to see over 500,000, pretty common. But in the outskirts, a little further out, Gilbert, Chandler, we're seeing about 350,000 is the average price. So if you're looking to put 20% down, you're going to need about 70 grand. If not, there's other loan programs where you can do it with less. VA loans don't require any down, so you can do it. Buy a house with $5,000 to $7,000 if you have the right programs for you.
That's just for closing costs.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I guess also that would depend on if they need to furnish their house. Like, do they need to go? Is there any place like that you would recommend shopping? Say you're moving out here with just a small U-Haul and you've sold most of your stuff at a garage sale. Where would you recommend that they look for bed or couches or patio furniture, whatever?
There's a couple of furniture stores. American Furniture Warehouse is a pretty good location with a lot of different furniture. Pretty much furnish your entire house there. For the decorating and everything like that, there's Home Goods and At Home. Those are a couple really nice stores that they're all new, kind of located next to Santan Mall, where there's a lot of other shopping, dining, so you can kind of spend a whole day out there getting everything you need to furnish your home and make it comfortable pretty quick, actually.
Okay, and then we got another question. So they said you work with Big Man Buffett. Oh, okay, all
That's
right.
probably one of the more common questions we get, but it's actually a franchise. So it's a franchise owned under the Home Services of America branch, actually. So we do have the Warren Buffett name, though.
All right, and then Jose Garcia says, what is your current mortgage rate this moment, and how long is it going to last? So I assume he's talking about interest rates. What's the average interest rate for someone with the average, like a 700?
I talked to a lender buddy of mine. His name's Tim. He's with Fairway Mortgage. I actually talked to him about this exact thing 2 days ago. If you have 720 credit score, if you're putting 20% down, and it's a $350,000 house, we're seeing right around 4% for an interest rate. Yeah, they're going down.
Dang.
Some people are getting them under 3 or under 4, so in the high 3s, just depending on their credit and their down payment size.
Nice. Just so you know, there's 20 people watching, 21 people. Thanks to everyone who's been smashing up the likes. We have 5 likes. Everyone who's pushing up the likes, that's all we ask from you, because that helps grow out this live feed, and we can do more of these live feeds when you smash up those likes. So we have 5 of those out of 21 people. Thanks to the guys who did do it, guys and girls. Actually 6, it just went up. Cool. So that's good. 22 people watching now and 8 likes. So people are helping us out. Let's see. So we got some other questions that just came in. Ted Warg says, what has the worst crime rate, Phoenix or Tucson?
Well, honestly, as a realtor, I'm not actually able to kind of give you that information. There's some fair housing.
Okay, I could give that information though, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Okay, so obviously it depends on the area you're going to in Tucson or Phoenix. South Phoenix and South Tucson are both known for high crime areas. Tolleson was considered a place in Phoenix that was the least desirable place because of its high crime. But obviously North Tucson, Oro Valley is not so dangerous, and then North Scottsdale or North Phoenix, well, north of Bell Road is pretty safe, but North Scottsdale is really safe, and Gilbert is where you live. I mean, you can at least say how you.
Gilbert was, recently ranked as the second safest.
By the way, 14 likes.
There you go.
So they smashed up the likes. Thanks, guys.
Gilbert, Scottsdale, and Chandler are generally ranked in the top 10 for safest cities in the country per capita. So those are the right places to be if you're having a family.
Okay. Tammy Harm says, I'm moving from California. I make $30 an hour right now, looking for work, and I know the pay is less in AZ. How much should I be making in AZ to rent a place and live comfortably? I would say if you make $200 a day, that's pretty comfortable. I mean, that's $1,000 a week, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But what about 150 a week? That's 150, 300, that's 750.
Yeah, that's still a comfortable living, I think, because you want your income to be no more than probably 40% of your rent to be more than 40% of your income at most. But,
all right, Ted has another question. He says, is Sonoran hot dogs a thing in Phoenix like they are in Tucson?
Oh, we definitely have those still. They actually, for a while they had them at the Diamondbacks baseball stadium. There's a couple different hot dog stands. There's one out in Gilbert actually called Muggsy Dogs that has the Sonoran dog, and it's also got like a mac and cheese with bacon dog.
Is that healthy? Is that healthy?
Yeah, definitely not healthy, but they're tasty.
Do they have them at Diamondbacks games?
Not anymore. They've got all kinds of weird things over there at the baseball, though.
All right. And then we got another question from La Fe de la Iglesia. living in Arizona. How do you deal with the heat? Thanks.
It's probably the same as everyone deals with the winter. You know, in Arizona, it's been really nice up until
Shade.
probably the last couple of days, but you're mostly air conditioning to air conditioning. So you leave your air conditioned house in the morning to your air conditioned car, to your air conditioned work, back to your car and back to your house. So you're not spending a whole lot of time in it. If you are working